Hello, and welcome back to the Deep Dive.
Great to be here.
Today, we're really digging into day 8 of your journey through Israel and Jordan. We've looked through your sources for these 2 stops, and wow, there's a lot there.
It really is. And day 8, it offers this really powerful contrast, doesn't it? You've got a meticulously crafted historical replica right alongside one of the world's, well, most astonishing natural wonders.
Exactly.
Our goal, like always, is to pull out the key bits of knowledge and, connect these ancient places to something deeper for you.
Perfect way to put it. So let's unpack day 8. First up is Timnah, exploring that full-scale tabernacle model, and then quite a shift, we head to the Dead Sea. What a combination.
It really is. It makes you think, Both places, they're so different, they really push you towards ideas of sacred space, maybe, and trust. One's man-made, designed to show God's presence.
Right, the tabernacle.
And the other's this natural phenomenon that just demands a unique kind of surrender, you could say.
Absolutely. Okay, so first up, Timnah. Now, this isn't actually a biblical city itself, but it's got something really special. What makes it so important for understanding ancient worship?
Well, Timnah National Park, it's about maybe 18 miles north of Eilat. Historically, it was known for ancient Egyptian copper mines. But the main thing for us is this life-size replica of the tabernacle.
Life-size.
Yeah, biblically accurate. Built to the exact dimensions, 150 by 75 cubits. That's roughly, 225 feet long by 112 feet wide. So pretty big.
Wow.
Though obviously not with the original gold and silver and bronze.
Still, it really makes the scriptures jump off the page, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So if you were walking into this model, this sort of 3D blueprint, what hits you first? What do you see?
Well, you'd see the whole courtyard first. It's got the sacrificial altar, there's a ramp leading up, and these horns on the corners where blood would be applied. And then the bronze laver, for the priests to wash, for purification. And the tabernacle itself, the actual tent, the holy chamber, it's divided into 2 sections, covered with these layers of, beautiful garments described in the text.
Right, okay. Let's go inside then into that first part, the holy place. What's in there? What's significant?
So in the holy place, you'd find the menorah, that's the 7-branched lampstand for light, then the table of presence, or showbread, with 12 loaves representing the 12 tribes of Israel.
A symbol for each tribe.
Exactly. And the incense altar burning these aromatic incenses. This room was separated from the very back room, the Holy of Holies, by this thick curtain embroidered with cherubim, these sort of angelic figures underscoring how sacred that inner space was.
Right, the separation.
And your sources also mentioned seeing a replica of the high priest's garment there too, the one with bells on the hem.
It's amazing to think this structure, designed to be temporary for the desert wanderings, ended up in Shiloh for, over 300 years?
That's right, until the Philistines destroyed it, which we read about in 1 Samuel 4.
So it does raise the question, why build a replica now of something meant to be temporary and that was eventually replaced by the temple? What's the deeper point here?
That's a really good question, and your sources dive into the theology. The idea presented, especially drawing from the book of Hebrews, is that Christ's work, around 30 AD, essentially fulfilled that whole sacrificial system.
Fulfilled it how?
Well, he's seen as the ultimate high priest, offering, complete access to God, securing forgiveness once and for all. So the old system, the sacrifices, they weren't needed anymore in the same way. And the temple's destruction in 70 AD is often seen as underlining that shift.
So the Timnah model isn't just a history lesson. It's about making a spiritual concept, tangible.
Precisely.
Showing how that yearly ritual, the high priest going into the Holy of Holies, anointing the mercy seat on the ark with blood, how that points forward, according to these interpretations, to Christ.
Exactly. Yeah. And inside that ark replica, you'd see symbols of God's covenant and care of the stone tablets of the law, a jar of manna from the desert, Aaron's staff that budded. Powerful visuals.
So much meaning packed into one structure. Okay, let's shift gears now. From this man-made sacred space, we go to this incredible natural marvel, the Dead Sea, just unlike anywhere else.
Oh, absolutely. Lowest point on Earth, right? About 1,400 feet below sea level. And the water itself is just unique, around 33% salt and minerals, super dense.
Why so salty?
Well, it's a terminal lake. It has no outlet. Water flows in, or used to flow in more significantly from the Jordan River. That's changed now, but it only leaves through evaporation. And with, over 300 leaking, losing about 2 to 3 feet in depth each year.
And the thing everyone knows, you can't sink. You just float. People reading newspapers, right?
Yeah.
That must be such a bizarre feeling. What else do the sources say about the experience?
Yeah, the floating is definitely the headline act. Many sources also mention the the feel of the water, almost oily because of the minerals, and maybe a surprising quietness down there at that low elevation.
Interesting.
And of course, connecting it back, the Dead Sea region is famously linked to biblical stories like Sodom and Gomorrah in Genesis, destruction.
Right, fire and brimstone territory.
But then you also have these other texts you provided, like Ezekiel 47, which picture a future time, maybe the millennial reign, where the Dead Sea waters are somehow healed and become fresh, teeming with fish.
Wow, that's a complete reversal.
It is. So the sources kind of pose this question.
Right.
How can a place known for destruction and, well, lifelessness also hold this promise of future renewal? It's quite the paradox.
So beyond the geology and the history, what's the real takeaway? What's the aha moment for someone visiting or learning about the Dead Sea from your sources?
Well, several sources draw this really powerful metaphor from the floating experience. That feeling of just letting go, trusting the water's properties to hold you up without any effort on your part. It's presented as a metaphor for faith.
Leaning back and trusting.
Exactly. Leaning back and trusting God, especially in life's wild adventures, as one source put it, trusting his capable hands no matter how challenging things look.
That's a really different perspective than, say, striving and trying to control everything.
It is, and it contrasts, as your sources point out, with maybe some modern ideas about just achieving your best life now. For people facing hardship or persecution, historically, the hope wasn't always immediate comfort, but knowing that ultimate rescue, that future promise, was secure. That was the hope.
And seeing the hills of Moab across the water, it just grounds it all in that vast biblical landscape.
Absolutely. It connects everything.
What an incredible day 8. Just really powerful contrasts.
Yeah.
From the detailed symbolism of the tabernacle at Timnah, showing ancient worship and how in these views it points to Christ.
To the Dead Sea. This amazing natural place teaching us something profound about just letting go and trusting, about divine promises woven even into places of seeming desolation.
It really covers millennia, doesn't it?
Yeah.
History, prophecy, geology, spiritual lessons, all packed in.
And that's the goal of these deep dives, isn't it? Not just facts, but appreciating how these ancient stories, these amazing places, still speak to us, how God interacts with humanity through history, and how it resonates today.
Exactly. We hope that's what you take away, that connection between the ancient sites and truths that feel timeless. So maybe something to reflect on from today.
Yeah.
What's an unpredictable moment or maybe a challenge in your own life right now where perhaps the invitation is to lean back, to trust a bit more, like floating effortlessly in the Dead Sea? Something to think about.